Hi everybody. So those of you that follow me will know already that at the minute all I have talked about for the last week is senior mental health leads training, and I am doing so because it is likely to be our last year where you can access this grant funding. Now there is some news that's come hot off the press for some more funding that's coming from the DfE, and that is very much focused on schools who can apply for a second grant if the person that they trained in the first instance has left, or staff turnover has been tricky, or they haven't made an impactful shift in the school. There is likely to be some funding that will come around to retrain a person in your school. So there is more funding coming. We've got no other details or information about that yet at the minute anyway. So at the minute we are just making the assumption that funding is going to be coming to an end very shortly. So please access the funding. And I say that because it's so important to have a senior mental health lead trained in every single school. It gives you that one core focus and that one person that is able to oversee all of your mental health needs, as a whole school. It allows that person to pull everything together, to audit, to action plan, and it's a core focus for the school moving forwards in this shift towards a whole school approach to mental health, and really starting to make an impact and sustainable impact, which is the real important part. Sustainable impact appears to be, if we're looking at the trends of people who've trained over this kind of last 3 to 4 years, the trend has been the downfall of post-training support, and how that hasn't helped people to make impactful change and sustainable change. That is why we are so different. So as a company, Innovating Minds, yes, we offer and we do fully funded senior mental health leads training at beginners, intermediate, advanced. Yes, we do. But why are we different? We are different because we don't just give you 2 days worth of training, or we do an online version, so let's say 8 hours worth of training in an online platform. We don't just give you your core training. We give you your core training, we give you the learning and the knowledge that you need, but we follow that up with a bespoke wraparound package of support. Now that is very bespoke and very tailored to us. So we have our online platform called EduPod, which again, if you follow me, you will say, good Lord, this woman does nothing but talk about EduPod. I love EduPod, big fan. And not just because I work for the company. So obviously people are going to be like, well, you work for the company, you're supposed to like EduPod. I adore EduPod and I love EduPod because I have seen the flip side to this role. So I have been a senior mental health lead in a school without EduPod, trying to audit, trying to action plan, trying to send out school surveys, trying to get through an accreditation process, trying to network, trying to get access to learning resources. And it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, and budget is shocking. To be able to do all of those things is really expensive usually, and accreditation alone cost me £500, 2 years of my life and half of my mental capacity to fulfill it. That's outside of all the surveys I'm sending out and the data that I've then got to analyse and then action plan, and trying to train myself up, trying to audit, trying to action plan. If you're in schools, you know, so I don't need to go on about it because I know you know. So what do we give you? We give you EduPod for free as part of our senior mental health leads training package. That is funded by the DfE. So all of which you are getting for free. Your training, your EduPod, and the rest of our wraparound support package. So EduPod is a one-stop place. That's the only thing I can describe it to you as. And to be fair, it's the vast majority of how everybody else that uses it describes it. It's like a one-stop shop. In EduPod, you can audit your whole school. You don't have to start your own audit from scratch. It's all there done for you. You just work your way through our auditing process and put your school where you feel it fits within lots of different categories. EduPod creates reports based on that. EduPod allows you to action plan based on what you've said in your audit. You can send out all of our pre-populated surveys to your whole school, your governors, your parents, your students, whether that's primary, secondary, SEN, and you send out all of these surveys, and that's your part. You send out the survey and you wait. Everybody submits that survey online, all the data goes into EduPod, everything is analysed by EduPod. EduPod gives you your data and you go, oh, fabulous. No maths involved. If you're anything like me, I don't like maths, so no maths involved. Gives you all your data, allows you to action plan based on what your whole school community is telling you. You then get access to an absolute wealth of learning resources that is all quality assured, and that looks like policy templates, training, webinars, CPD, intervention packages, lots of different things in the learning resources. On top of that, you get access to the accreditation process as well, which again is part of your EduPod package. There's no hidden charges, there's no extra cost involved at all. You can go through the accreditation process. You've got committed, achieving and excelling. So there's 3 different levels so that we're meeting the needs of everybody. I mean, I can talk about EduPod until I'm blue in the face because it's an absolutely fantastic support system and platform for any senior mental health lead in any school. It's fantastic. I remember the first time I saw EduPod and I literally went, where has this been my whole actual life? Because it was just so fantastic at pulling everything together, and it was just one place, one cost, one thing. And it weren't even a cost at the time because it was funded, it's fully funded by the DfE as part of your senior mental health lead training, and it's something we give to you as part of that package. But we don't stop there because, again, we give you the online platform, so you're going to get all your technical support as part of that online platform, of course, but you also get access to our education specialists who are your coaches that will help you from more of a strategic standpoint. So we will work then with you to say, okay, where are you at in this journey? Where are we now going? We can help you with your action tasks that you choose. We can help you with that culture shift, with policy reviews, lots and lots of different things. That is also why we are here. So we give you a certain amount of hours worth of coaching, depending on which level of training that you do with us, but you get that as part of it as well. So you're getting your 2 days training or your online training, you're getting EduPod, you're getting coaching support, and for me, that is why we are so different, because we are supporting people, A, in their learning and their knowledge, B, in how to put that into practice, and C, how to make it impactful and how to make sure that you've got long-term sustainability so that you're not in this position of, okay, well, they didn't make it impactful, so let's train someone else. That's not impactful, let's train someone else. You're getting in a bit of a rut and a bit of a cycle. That is why we're so different, and that is why we're so amazing, in my opinion. But I keep coming back to, all of this is free, okay? Because it's funded by the DfE. EduPod and the coaching support is just part of our support package that comes with your senior mental health leads training. But it's free and it's fully funded by the DfE. Please access that funding. It is there to support schools and it needs to be accessed. Hot off the press, there is the ability to retrain a senior mental health lead in your school if the person that you originally trained has left. That is likely to be coming from the DfE. We don't have much more information other than that at the moment. So if we're thinking about timeframes and dates and things, to my knowledge at the moment, you must have somebody ready to start training and booked on by March 24 if you're looking to access a fully funded course from the DfE. Please, please, please ask any questions. I am here to help people. I don't get any benefit at all from if every single person in this world completes their senior mental health leads training from me. So please don't think this is a sales pitch, because it's not. My mission, and I promise you my mission, is to get that support in schools, because it is so needed for the children and the young people that we're working with, for the staff that you're working with, for the parents that you're working with. It's a real whole school culture shift, and it's so needed. Children are not numbers in school systems. They are children and they deserve the right support throughout their whole education journey. Your teaching staff deserve the right support to be able to make the best and most impactful teaching and learning for the children and the young people. Parents deserve the right support. The whole school community, everybody needs this support and everybody needs to be pulling together. And that's why the senior mental health leads training is so important. So please access it. If you're unsure of how to access any funding or anything at all like that, give us a shout. We've got lots of different documents we can send that will help and support you. I'm happy to send out my diary link for people to book into. It's literally a click of a button and you select the meeting that you'd like to attend, and we can have a chat on a one-to-one. I can help you through the application process for the funding. We can get you booked onto training. It's what we're here for, so please do just give us a shout if there's anything else that I can help anybody with. And I will speak to you all very soon.